Hello?
Hi.
Oh, there you go.
Katie. Hi, Bruce.
How you doing?
There's an old saying out there, you can choose your friends,
You look so good.
Well, thank you. Doing great.
but you sure can't choose family. And this run-of-the-mill conversation on a Thursday afternoon,
Right.
well, it happens to be between a few friends
Have your grandkids there. I want to see them.
who exactly 8 years ago,
Miley is here. You want me to go get her?
Yeah.
unknowingly
Love you, Miles. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
became family.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you, hon. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so this is one of the pictures of the three of them together. It was their first day of school. We always took the first day of school as just like a holiday almost.
Born and raised in Los Angeles, Dee Gatewood has spent the last 30-plus years of her life
This was on Halloween, actually.
in the labor and delivery unit
Just happy times.
as a nurse. And no matter how much she loves those babies, there's no arguing the most important people in her care
Loving on his sister,
are the three of her own.
holding his certificate. He was so proud.
Now, the youngest there is Emmanuel, with a nickname courtesy his big sister.
She couldn't pronounce Emmanuel,
Oh, you couldn't help but love.
so she would say Mamo. So we're like, hey, that's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, Mamo is a cool name. Big kid, big personality,
He loved telling jokes.
with an even bigger heart. And every inch of that big old heart belonged to his mom.
Gave me hugs all the time. Told me he loved me every day. He was King Memo, and he was, our protector. Like, he would take care of us, and he did his best to do that.
On a warm Tuesday night, the summer before his senior year,
The life of a teenage athlete was ended by a stranger with a gun.
Dee reluctantly gave Mamo the okay to go to a party with some of his football friends. When that party let out,
Standing here talking with friends, no warning, gunfire rang out. He was the only one hit.
They say that's when the gunman walked up, shot Gatewood, and then ran off.
Like, I just knew that things were not going to be okay. I just felt it.
there is absolutely nothing that can prepare a mother for this kind of heartbreak.
You never want to say that you give up, but in my heart, I already knew it. I just knew that he wasn't going to be okay.
675 miles away and 40 years prior,
I hired on with Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office, West Side, Kearns, Granger, Taylorsville.
Bruce Walker spent the better part of 3 decades serving the people of Utah, patrolling the streets, protecting the public, and in moments he does not often share,
You have to do what you have to do.
saving the lives of those around him. Truth is, in 25 years as a deputy, very little could rattle this father of 8. He was big, he was strong, but understand there were moments
In dealing with the families when kids got hurt.
where his heart would simply ache.
That was tough a lot of times.
Now, family will tell you Bruce's heart is what gave him the courage to protect and save lives. Doctors, though, will tell you that very same heart
Oh, yeah. Very.
was about to kill him.
I mean, it's a little difficult to get your head wrapped around that you're going to have a heart transplant.
Bruce was put on a transplant list, but it is a list with no guarantees. Because of his 5'10", 320-pound frame,
It had to be a big heart.
a big heart that after 9 hours of surgery not only saved his life, but kept the hearts of his 8 children
He is one of my best friends.
and 18 and counting grandchildren
I can.
from breaking apart.
It's a miracle. It really is.
And the reality is every single one of them knew on the other side of this happy equation,
And I can't imagine what that would be like to lose a family member like that.
required not just a donor, but a tragedy.
Right away, I was like, oh, no. I just wasn't ready to hear nor accept that.
Donating Mamo's organs was not easy. His mom says it made his death final, but Dee also understood the decision was not hers to make.
He was so adamant. He's like, when I get my driver's license, I'm going to be a donor.
His kidneys saved 2 lives, his lungs saved another, and whoever was lucky enough to get Mamo's heart, well, that's something his mother pleaded to know.
I just asked God, like, God, please, just reveal to me who has his heart. Like, that's all I care about. If you could just reveal that to me, like, I'll be okay.
Now, it should be known, donor families and recipients are often never revealed to each other unless both parties agree to it. So,
Dear Heart recipient and family,
Dee began writing a letter.
he would have been entering his senior year of high school.
And hundreds of miles away, Bruce began writing a letter.
I've been able to do things with my family and grandchildren.
His wife began writing a letter.
And we never for a minute forget that is because of you.
And every single child began writing a letter.
Your kindness means that I can hug my dad.
He's a very good man and is well deserving of the amazing gift that your family has given us.
What you have given our family will forever be grateful for.
My dad is
can
my
still give
hero,
me a hug
and he is still with us today because of your family's selfless donation of a much-needed heart.
Letters of gratitude, letters of sorrow, and for reasons unknown,
I'm so sorry for your loss.
letters that never made it into the hands of either family.
Eternally grateful, a heart recipient's son.
You and your family are continuously in my prayers. Respectfully, the donor's mom, Dee.
3.5 years of waiting, 3.5 years of disappointment.
Lost in the shuffle or
If Bruce had given up the search,
didn't hear anything back.
and Dee had grown tired of writing,
I truly hope to be able to meet you one day.
these two families may have never known,
I finally got the letter in May of 2015.
even if it was just on paper,
It was just like
Instant family, instant love.
Like, the love that we had for each other was just instant. It was just instantaneous.
they were meant to be together.
It was just instant family.
A 65-year-old man, now with the heart of a 17-year-old boy. Different, yeah, maybe on the surface, but when it comes to God, family, and serving others,
He was a sheriff in his town. My son wanted to be in law enforcement.
they couldn't have been more alike.
The perfect person got the perfect heart.
The perfect heart. 7 years after Mamo's passing, once again would beat in his mother's arms. She could hear it. Oh, she could feel it.
It was a happy, happy, happy feeling.
And that undying love Dee shared with her son, well, every bit of that love now lives in the man whose life was saved.
Miles! Hi, sweetie.
And it's that moment right there. Now, those are the moments few people will ever get to experience in this life. It's brought peace to Dee. It's renewed life for Bruce.
All right.
And while every inch of Mamo's heart will always belong to Mom, the purpose of that big old heart
Dee's family. She's Mama Dee.
just may have been in bringing people together.
I was heartbroken. I went through so much pain. But at the end of it, I feel like I also had just as much joy.